Hi, so this is going to be my last day of Ireland that I'm showing. It's day 10. I know I put 9 twice because I guess I couldn't count that day. I don't know. But yeah, this is day 10. We did stay one more day. We went to Dublin after the few clips or I guess pictures I'm going to have on here because I didn't take any videos or anything. And I know it's taken me like 2 months to get this up. Just, if you have kids, you know how busy life can be. Yeah, the last day I just went shopping anyway. What I got will be the next video after this, and then finally I can get to stuff that's been, within the last couple of weeks. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this last day because it's just easier that way. I only have a couple of pictures. I really didn't take that many. First we did what's called a black taxi tour, which is basically a tour in a black taxi with the taxi driver basically giving a tour of places that were affected during the Irish Troubles, if you know what that is. So yeah, we saw some murals. I have a picture or two up that will be shown. There was the Peace Wall, because there was a division between the Irish Catholic and the Protestants, and there's, which I didn't know, still kind of issues today, but not as bad as it used to be. And our tour guide lived through it, so he had his personal experiences that he shared with us that made it even more interesting. And then I have very few pictures from going to the Titanic Museum. I mean, it was an interesting place for sure. I'm not really a Titanic fan. I hate the movie. It's too sad. I hate the song. Again, it's too sad. But like it began with like the steel made for the Titanic and like experiences the workers went through. Like there's a ride and it was all about like the workers' experience, which was interesting. And then they had like what rooms looked like in the Titanic and stuff like that. I have a picture of like a violin, I believe it is, that was either found or maybe someone took it with it. I feel like it was probably found once they started exploring it underwater. There's also a jacket that I think was given to someone because they were elderly and the husband wasn't getting off, so the wife gave it to another passenger who was being saved, and she went to die with her husband. I mean, I hate tragedies. Like, half of it was all like, oh, interesting stuff, and then it gets to the very somber part, and I'm like, okay, I'm trying not to cry here, because it like showed the reality of how many people survived. Like, I think it was like 38% of people, when so many more people could have survived. Like, they could have held like 3,000 people, but it was only like 1,000 some that survived. And another thing I thought was interesting was that there was communication that they had that was between the Titanic and other ships, and they were warned. They got oh god, what's it called? Like the Morse code message that basically said, hey, there's a pretty big iceberg coming up ahead. You might want to be careful. And the Titanic said back to them, shut up. We need this line open for real emergencies. So it all could have been avoided, but it wasn't. Anyway, I hope you like my pictures. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.